Intertwined Fate and Destined 1 Tensai Shitara Slime Datenken by Sakura-Arashi. Another war. 4 days has passed since we held the emergency meeting. The Empire's army is getting closer to Tempest. Right now it's about 120 miles away from Tempest. If I am being honest, I am expecting huge casualties on our side from the ground. Those tanks would probably shred a lot of our ground forces. On the sky, on the other hand, we would probably lose at least 20 dragon newts. I am positive we're going to dominate the enemy on the sky. Why? Because on the sky, the ones sent in was Gabiru, Veldora and Testarossa, along with 5,000 dragon newts. Some of the enemy's executives are about the same level as ours. This shall be a very interesting fight. Currently Shizu, Chloe and I are inside the emergency meeting room monitoring them all. Actually, we're not using our magic to view the enemy, we're using the satellites I placed all around the world. Ha ha ha, it's funny cause no one else except the executives of Tempest knows about this, and there's also no way for the world to find out since they can't see it anyway, ha ha ha. The enemy are using tanks, snipers and airships, while we're using swords, wolves and dragon newts. So are we outmatched? No, they might be using advanced weapons, but their weapon doesn't compare to us in terms of firepower. This battle is an example of quantity versus quality. Since the battle is taking place in an open field, tactics such as ambushes won't work, so this battle is a head-on one. Even funnier is Rudra is also coming. Though I did say I will interrupt if need be, I doubt this battle would come to that. Another 2 days passed and finally the opposing sides are facing each other. Our sides consist of 200,000 high orcs, 150,000 undead knights, 56,000 goblin riders, 32,000 ogres, 30,000 lizardmen, 20,000 Kijins, 10,000 beastmen, 5,000 dragon newts, 3,000 harpies, 2,500 archdemons and 150 demon peers. The generals leading the army are Benimaru, the main commander, Gabiru, leader of the dragon newts on the Sky Guild, and 5 more generals of the high orcs, Adalman, leader of the undead, Ranga and Gavta, leaders of the Goblin Riders, Hiro, Benimaru's brother, leader of the Ogres, Akiro, Benimaru's father, leader of the Kijins, Carrion, leader of the Beastmen, Frey, leader of the Harpies, the Primordials, leaders of the Demons, and last but not least the Clown troops. They were given the rank generals, but they usually move alone. In total we have 508,650 in total with 23 generals, while the enemy has 1 million on the ground and air. To Victoryy. Our side screamed as they charged towards the enemy. Glory to the king, the enemy shouts as they rushed as well. Volleys of magic was being shot back and forth. Geld's army are taking most of the hits, reducing the damage. Magic nukes being hurled back and forth from the enemy and our sides, causing massive casualties on the enemy's side while only a little on ours. All sorts of magic attacks are being thrown in by us and the enemy, while the swordsman also advances, slashing anyone in their way. Carrera was hurling hundreds of nukes to the enemy with poison to whoever manages to survive. Ultima was using giant black tentacles to wreak havoc on the enemy forces, slamming down, crushing everyone in the way. Diablo, on the other hand, is targeting the most crowded area to use his own nukes. Actually, the demons are having a competition on whoever has the most kill. Our generals was brilliantly leading the army, making the gap between our armies clear. On the other hand, the enemy's tank are shelling us with armor piercing for our high orcs and high explosive for our attackers. This caused a lot of casualties, but it didn't matter since they were getting killed faster than they could shoot more. The clowns are enjoying the bloodbaths as they make their way to Damrata, killing everyone in their way. Benimaru's movement was so fast for the regular soldier that they would die before even knowing what was happening. The dead numbers to about 20,000 on our side and 189,000 on their end. As I expected, our death numbers are also pretty high, but nothing we can't deal with. This was on the ground alone. On the air it was even more of a massacre than on the ground. It was because the soldiers are inside the airships and only a few are able to get out, so the airships that was carrying 100,000 could only deploy 5,000 who can fight outside, but they were also weak. Veldora used his wings to shred the enemy ships in shred by flying very fast, causing a shockwave, destroying a lot. Testarossa was using death orbs that suddenly explodes, killing them, and if they survive they turn into a monster, killing its own allies. Gabiru along with Frey was also destroying any airship in their sights, though it was annoying since the enemy mages inside the airship, which numbered to about 50,000, would cast a barrier magic, making it harder to destroy. The casualties on the air numbers to 3,000 on our side and 250,000 on their side. As the battle continues, the more the clearer the victor becomes. Finally, after 30 minutes of battle, the generals of each army faced each other. Damrata versus Yuki and the clowns Kondo, Granite, Gratum, Garcia, Gardner, all royal knights except for Kondo, he was the first lieutenant. As the generals of each army faced off, something suddenly happened. The emperor's voice was heard. He was angry. Damn you Rimuru, how? How are you beating our army? How are you authoring my men? Hey, thing, you've won just because you can do that. Well, let me show you something. I didn't think I'd have to use it, but screw you, this is the end. Rudra exclaimed in anger and annoyance. He then activated a magic, a summoning one. Rudra was being manipulated by Michael and the angels was released. Feldway and Michael has been in contact for a long time. And their plan was to use Ivaraj to destroy Guy and the demon lords. Out of nowhere, the enemy had the 12 seraphim, not including Dino, and 2 million angles. Tisk, this is at this rate we're gonna lose this battle, Benimaru. 2 million angles along with the remaining 12 seraphim, the enemy sure are persistent, Carrera. Though they don't act like it, they know their chance of victory is low against that many with the seraphim. Shall we send in a reinforcement of our own? Rimuru. Yeah, I think you should, dear Shizu. Let's send in the true dragons, not including Veldanava, and Milam. Yeah, that should do, Chloe. Hey Velzard, could I task you guys to deal with the angels and the seraphim? Rimuru. Sure, we're getting bored just watching from here anyways. Alright, thanks Velzard. I'll be teleporting you guys now. On the battlefield. Tisk, this is looking very bad. If something isn't done soon, all of us might get annihilated. Benimaru said in annoyance. Hey Carrera, can you go and deal with the angels? Angels are known to be a lot weaker than demons, but what they lack in quality they make up for quantity. Even so, a primordial should have no problem dealing with clump-up angels. I can't, I have my hands full with this Kondo guy. Damn, this is not gonna end well if Thid continues, Benimaru remarked. Suddenly, in the nick of time, 2 giant dragons appeared out of the sky along with a dragonoid. One of the dragon had a beautiful white scales, another was a red long-bodied D-dragon, and the dragonoid had a crimson horn adorning her forehead and jet black armor cladding her body. She also sprouts wings. Ha 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 ha, we've got reinforcements, those 3 could easily wreck the angels and the seraphim. Benimaru said as he laughed in relief. Well, this battle is over, Diablo concluded. Muhahaha, I am Milam, one of the strongest demon lord, prepare to be obliterated. Milam says as she ready her dragon Nova. I am the ice dragon, second oldest of the true dragons, this is the end for you insects. She also says as she ready her destructive ice breath as well. And I am the illustrious Scorch Dragon, the fastest out of all the true dragons, now burn. She says as she fires her cardinal accelerated beam. The 3 of them fires their destructive beam at the same time, causing untold destruction to the angels. Nearly all of the angels were exterminated with that blast alone. 9 of the seraphim died in an instant along with 1.7 million of the angels. They didn't stand a chance. How weak, you insects aren't even worth my strength, Velgrind said. Well, I am sorry for sending you then, here why don't I recall you, Rimuru said in reply to what she said. Ahahaha, no, I am just joking, I don't mind. Pleaseee, don't recall me yet. Ha ha ha, I am just joking, go and have fun. Sigh, I will kill all of you for causing that. Third person's paw. Damn it, I didn't expect the true dragons to cause this much damage. I didn't want to use it, but it seems I have no other choice if I want to win this. I must unleash Ivaraj, the world-destroying god, Michael. Michael then gave this thought to the weakened Rudra, causing him to unleash Ivaraj, the enemy of Veldanava. Suddenly the whole sky turned dark, the clouds started circling a giant figure of a dark dragon. It looked pretty similar to Veldanava in terms of figure, but it was a lot darker. Raaaaaaa, I am free, Muhaha, this world shall be destroyed. Ivaraj said as he roars. His roar alone destroyed most of the surrounding with the shock wave. He and Veldanava are equal in terms of powers, so that's no surprise. Veldanava just got lucky in sealing him. Tisk, that's Ivaraj, this is way out of our hands now, Velzard said in annoyance. Well, he was created by Rimuru to be the god of destruction, so I guess Vel grinned. Yeah, that's right, let's just let Rimuru deal with him, haha, Veldora. I swear this guy's love to just dump everything on me. Well, not like they have any other choices, Rimuru. Well ladies, I think it's time for us to interrupt. Yeah, I sure didn't expect Michael to be able to release Ivaraj. Well, I knew this was going to happen, but I didn't want to spoil the fun, ha ha ha. Chloe said, getting the evil glare from the other two. And from that the three of them stopped time, no more like the reality making it so only Ivaraj and the three could move. They then appeared in front of Ivaraj to confront him. Oi Ivaraj, what do you think you're doing? Rimuru said with hints of him being annoyed. What? MMY Lord W. Well, you see Ivaraj, you know, out of all the universes, this universe is the only one where the god of destruction and god of creation doesn't get along, Shizu said. We made it so one cannot exist without the other so that you wouldn't kill each other, but instead you got sealed. Chloe said. Well, my lord, it was Veldanava's fault. He kept on annoying and bugging me and he sealed me. Ivaraj, for your sake learn to be nice to Veldanava. He told you not to touch this specific world, but instead you planned to destroy it just to troll him. Well, that is enough. This is an order, don't destroy this world and try to get along with Veldanava. Do that or else, we might need to find a replacement for the gods in this universe. Yes, my lord, please forgive me. He says as he runs off. Geez, the gods in this universe is so troublesome, Chloe. Yeah, I agree, I might need to educate them, Shizu said with her eyes glowing red. Scary, both Rimuru and Chloe muttered. I think we've played enough, what say you guys we finish this? Shizu said looking at us. Well, if I am being honest, I still want to keep this going, but I guess you're right. Chloe replied. Yeah, Shizu's right, we've kept this going for long enough. Well, it's not like we can't stay here, Rimuru said. Yeah, you're right, but don't you think if we achieve world peace then people will just get bored? I mean, imagine this world not having any excitement or wars. If that happens, not only will the inhabitants get weaker, this world will also lose the fun of it. Well, Chloe's got a point as well, Shizu said. I know, here, why don't we do this?